Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 in the series between Xiaokkai and Lost King. Gonna go ahead and turn off Fog of War as we are now playing on Turtle Rock with not the full cross positions, but I guess as well pretty far. We see Xiaokkai spawning as the blue orc at the 11 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have Lost King spawning as the red human here at the 4 o'clock position. And it feels like I'm starting to lose my voice. Wow, this winter season is starting to hit me a little bit harder. Gonna go ahead and speed things up as things get underway. In game number 1, we saw Lost King do a relatively good job in the opening sequences of the match. However, he quickly fell behind as Xiaokkai was able to do a bit of just smart play, knowing where exactly his opponent was going to be and running to that spawning location, excuse me, not the spawning location, the Fountain of Health early on, and catching his opponent off guard. Not allowing that Archmage to get to level 3 that early prevented the Water Elementals from dealing that much damage. Now we are unfolding here as we can see one set of Sea Turtle hatchings quickly taken down. Archmage should pick up the Slippers of Agility, and now we're going to be making our way over to this Ogre Warrior creep camp. Meanwhile, Blade Master has picked up a Cloak of Shadows. Not that useful of an item. Most likely will sell it, grab a healing salve, and also sell that Scroll of Town Portal. There you go. There's the healing salves and that Scroll of Speed in order to get out of some hairy and dicey situations. Archmage going to go ahead and finish up the Forest Trolls here as we're looking at a relatively small army from the Blade Master. I am surprised that Xiaokkai has not used the Windwalk trick to try and take down this Ogre Magi right there. Instead, he's going to be picking up a Circlet of Nobility and hoping to pick off a couple of Peasants. We see that is definitely not going to be the case this time around, as we also have a Scout Farm being placed down. Footman doesn't even know where that Blade Master is, as he is hiding pretty much in plain sight. No, another Windwalk. I don't know if the Footman actually caught him, as the Archmage being very aggressive in trying to take down his opponent's creep camps. If he's able to take down this Ogre Warrior and grab the item, oh, it does not look like that's going to be the case though. Yes, the item picked up by the Blade Master, and that Ring of Protection, Archmage is going to be able to take down the Water Elemental and maybe even take down the Ogre Warrior. Hats off to Xiaokkai for getting to level 2 with the help of his opponent, pretty much taking down 3 additional targets that should not have been his. Now we see Xiaokkai just playing at a very, very strong level, going to be able to take out his opponent in just a moment. But is the Archmage already taking the tier 2? Yes, he is. He is a bit behind, and we'll see what comes of this in just a moment. Archmage now looking to put in a little bit of pressure on this base. He should be building up an Arcane Vault back at home, as he is going to be relatively low on mana if he drops a Water Elemental here. He needs to really put down a lot of pressure onto his opponent and make sure that he doesn't get that Spirit Lodge up without a little bit of delay. You saw what happened in the previous game. Those Spirit Walkers able to disenchant, remove the slow, and also take down those Water Elementals pretty quickly, as the Archmage now coming forward and bringing over a Staff of Teleportation. Meanwhile, Blade Master now going after this giant Sea Turtle creep camp here. The Footmen are nearby, and what is happening? Why are the Footmen Are the Footmen crazy? I cannot believe this. No, he's going to go ahead and try to go after the War Mill here. Take down a War Mill, get in a little bit of damage, and then perhaps Staff of Teleportation all the way to the far side of the map. All right, you can see a little bit of damage being poked through, but not much is really happening here. He has not really called back the army at all, as the Footmen are now Staff of Teleporting back in. All right, Footmen do have Defend though, so it was not a suicide run. You can see a Water Elemental will need to be dropped, as that lower hit point Footman is just walking back very slowly. He does have Defend up, so he is going to be fine for now. Blade Master is walking back on the far side. Is he going to be able to get into position? Archmage, now sitting at level 3, picks up a Belt of Giant Strength. that will definitely help out. And more importantly, if he does to end up picking up a Beastmaster, that Belt of Giant Strength will work perfectly on him. Level 3 now, there is the keep. You can see the Arcane Sanctums. Gold, let's take a look at it. Not quite enough to hire up that Beastmaster as of yet. Are we going for a Blood Mage again? Yes, we are. And Lost King really liking that Blood Mage strategy, even though it did not work out that well in the previous game. All right, Archmage, though, is at level 3 already, so that is going to make an extremely important impact. However, the Spirit Lodge is too far back to really get pressured. All right, we're going to be looking at the Orc Burrow now taking some damage. Meanwhile, the Footmen are trying to get over there as well. Blade Master doing a little bit of creeping. Shadow Hunter doing a little bit of creeping. And this may come back to hurt Xiaokkai. Xiaokkai is actually in a very, very bad spot. He's not going to be able to get back home that quickly as the Orc Burrows are now getting pressured. You can see the number of peons just constantly trying to repair here. The Footmen don't have Defend for some strange reason. Oh, there you go. Now finally with Defend. And now those Wind Riders don't even have an easy target to try and take down. Because of that, that's going to hurt things a little bit more. One low hit point Footman trying to back off there. Healing Salve on the Shadow Hunter, not going to matter very much. Blade Master going to get into position as the Archmage now trying to run for the hills. All right, ooh, banish onto the Archmage in order to get away. There is a Dust of Appearance as the Archmage now running around in a bit of a circle. Another Orc Burrow taken down, and we're now seeing that 38 over 20. Relatively low, or not going to be able to train up any units for quite some time, as we now see Spirit Link onto the peons. That's not going to be doing very much, but the Footmen are going to end up falling. All right, let's take a look at the supply. 38 over 20 compared to 39 over 42. But upside down on supply is going to mean a fair bit of training needs to be done. Getting up even back to be able to train one more unit is going to be a problem. Also, the peons are constantly repairing this Orc Burrow, so their lumber should be falling as we're looking at this Water Elemental doing a little bit more damage before he dissipates. All right, Wind Rider looking to pick down some more units. Archmage sitting at level 3. Blood Mage is now bringing in the Ivory Towers, and this is going to be your classic Tier 2 push with Guard Towers and maybe one Arcane Tower. The problem also is the Wind Riders should be able to take down those Guard Towers well before they get up and operational. The question is whether or not there's going to be enough militia to repair, and if there's going to be enough water elementals to prevent them from coming in and dealing damage. All right, there you go. A quick hex onto the Blood Mage. Blood Mage now running for the hills. No speed scroll. Potion of Healing now transferred as a banish also used on him. Wind Rider now taken down, and that was a bit of a change. Overinvestment by Xiaokkai to try and take down a Blood Mage, and now he's forced to retreat back around these trees, which is going to end up hurting him. He's not going to be able to get there in time nearly as much as the Blood Mage is going to get some key moments to set down some guard towers. All right, where are those guard towers? There's one. There's one. There's two. And now without... Oh, are we going to get Arcane Sentry? That is important, as well as the Blade Master going after the Sorceress. All right, Blood Mage is going to get a banish onto the Sorceress. No, unable to save it. Meanwhile, Spirit Link now used as the Water Elementals are now fighting back. This is going to be a little bit of a difficult spot. We now see Shadow Hunter, who will have Hex, as a disenchant does go down. All right, speed scroll onto a low hit point Spirit Walker, and the Spirit Walker gets taken down. Long distance attack. Meanwhile, the peasants need a repair. Not quite sure why they're not repairing, and that was a big mistake right there. All right, it looks like it is going to get canceled in time. Those peasants not repairing. They should be on auto repair. Not quite sure what they are doing, as those guard towers are the key to victory at this point. Archmage not quite surrounded, just completely surrounded in the front. A couple of those being peons, though, so they are not going to get taken down. And once the guard towers are up, that is going to be pretty much it. The Wind Rider's not going to be able to do that much. Wind Rider's actually walking straight into this as it gets taken down. All right, what's happening? It looked like they were taking far too much damage, especially with so many peasants repairing. Blade Master now trying to do a bit of repair, having a difficult time as well. As you can see, the Blade Master is doing the majority of the damage. All right, the guard tower should be really focusing down on those Wind Riders. The Wind Rider looks like it could get taken down. No, not taken down at all. But the Blade Master is now out of mana and almost surrounded. No, not surrounded at all. as one of the peasants backed off to give a little bit of room. All right, Spirit Walker walking through an army of casters as we now see the peasants going over to build up the scout tower and try with this tower push once more. Archmage is in a very good spot. Blood Mage still sitting at level 1 as we now have a couple of peons getting taken down. Is it going to get to level 2? Oh, taking that peasant down would have given level 2. Instead, it was backed off once more. Wind Riders are all here, and here we go with the upcoming fight. Wind Rider now getting taken down. Level 2 on the Blood Mage. Blood Mage now getting Siphon Mana is going to be key in this upcoming fight. Blade Master now pretty much unable to do any fighting back. Archmage, however, does not have mana. Siphon the mana away from that Spirit Walker. Give it to that Archmage, and then let him pump out some water elementals. That's what needs to be done, but can it be done? That is the big question. All right. There we go. Archmage now getting that all-important mana. Blood Mage in a little bit of trouble. He goes ahead and banishes himself once more, not taking any damage, as we are looking at the Wind Riders focusing down at the casters. All right, however, the Blood Mage and the Water Elemental more than enough anti-air, as we're looking at more and more casters coming in. All right, looks like the Wind Rider, almost taken down. It's going to attack and reveal itself. Archmage now at level 2, or level 2 Brilliance Aura if it techs it. No, still sitting at level 1 as the Blood Mage is now getting away and takes down the Shadow Hunter. Archmage at level 4 with I gotta believe level 2 Brilliance Aura. Those water elementals will be coming fast and furiously now, as the peasants are now getting taken down. Blood Mage needs to go back home and repair back up just a little bit more. The casters here, casters perhaps should be regrouping, as the fight should still stay inside this base. Scout Tower quickly placed down. Guard Tower should be upgraded here in just a moment. Meanwhile, a Voodoo Lounge being built in the middle of the map so that the Blade Master can heal up these lower hit point units and try to actually defend their base. All right, let's take a look at this. The casters can easily focus down this Orc Burrow. Let's take a look. No water elemental being dropped down. Not quite sure why. Plenty of mana, and instead going after another. There is the GG, as Lost King takes game number 2 in classic human fashion with towers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 2. Please stay tuned for game number 3.